Hello everyone, this is Jordan from the Traders Academy Club, and today we're going to talk about FX Delta, the past week's performance, and how did we do this week. So quick invitation here to check out the Traders Academy Club website and our club, where me and the person on the image right there, Vladimir Rybakov, are holding live trading rooms on every single day, right? Like daily basis is what I meant. So now that we covered that, let's go ahead and see the Delta performance. That's the website, guys, fxdelta.net. Under performance, you will be able to see this table where we include images of entries, exits, and all the other information that you can see here. Now, for the purpose of this video, as I always do, I'm selecting here the date range. All right, so that would be the previous week, basically starting from the 13th up until 17th. And those are the trade taken. As you can see, colorful. We had here the dollar. We also got two cryptos plus the FX. So many things got triggered, and let's begin. I'm going to start at the bottom with BCH, right, because it's one of my favorites and it's a really interesting example. Zooming in here. All right, now this is how the setup looks like. What we can say here is, let me just fire up the drawing tools. What we can say here, guys, is that we had this wave down, which it kind of created double wave on its own on the first leg pullback, and then we can guess, I guess we can call that a second wave. And basically what we got here is the AUDCAD pullback. Now here, and I would like to go to the platform, this is where it happened, right? So if we check the divergences in that case, we don't really have hidden divergence in here. Okay, so that would make this setup slightly more aggressive. However, the confirmation we have in this case is purely based on price action. What do I mean? I mean this thing. So what you can see is very strong pushes to the upside, followed by these tiny sideways moves or slight corrections to the downside. Here we got healthier pullback, and then we have again another push and sideways move. Again another push, this time we got correction. Again another push, sideways move. So once the signal appeared right here, that could be in a way aggressive, but it also makes sense based on the previous price action and what we saw, the way this move started developing to the upside. So quite interesting example in my opinion. This is how it finished, immediate move up, so it made some money. Next one on the list is AUDCAD. Actually, we do have two Aussies here. Interesting enough, both of them didn't collect the second target. As you can see, they only collected the first targets. Not sure if we cannot see here the percentages, but you got the point, right? But this is also quite interesting because when we attack at the appropriate time, even if the corrective form of that move is not yet finished, the corrective wave is not yet finished, if you attack at the proper time, you will be able to get target one. Okay, so if you look at the full picture, ignoring, let's just make it blue, ignoring the loss, okay, you'll see that most of these trades couldn't collect the second target, only this one and that one, which means for one reason or another the move collected some profits, and then did something to kick us out of the trade. But as long as we apply the very simple rules that we have in the course of FX Delta, you should be fine. And that's the beauty of it. Okay, so AUDCAD, first one, two divergences in a row here, first one, second one, and then we kind of get here a Matryoshka principle because we start to lock the price in smaller and smaller ranges, and that's the second range, and this is where the attack is happening. And as we said, only first target was collected, so first one, second one missed by a few pips, and then move up. So what happened here in reality? AUDCAD. By the way, with these lines, I'm marking on the higher time frames where the setups happened on the lower time frames, so we can follow up on those. See what happens here. We had this amazing push, and we've been following it since the very beginning, since somewhere around here where we had a loss, and then it continued higher. We said, okay, now it's reaching even better levels, but ever since that time, ever since that moment right here, we've started building hidden divergence, bearish hidden divergence, right? So when we put everything together, let me just draw the Fibos, you'll see how precisely the price is bouncing off of the 50% Fibonacci retracement for the first time, okay, where the first entry was triggered. And then we got another entry when the price tried to go there and push and break again, but it failed. So when you look at the higher time frames, these tiny moves actually provided the sales and the profits, and we managed to make money on that. Why? Because the entry was precise. We had the confirmations excuse me, we got everything, and boom, collected two targets. Let's go back to that page. Why is it not closing? All right, so that was the first one, and here is the second one. As we said, this was divergence number 1 plus false break number 1, divergence number 2 plus false break number 2, move down, kicked out in break even. Then you have another one which happened right there, right? And we know the 50 is right here. If that's another case or another situation more aggressive, not confirmed by the higher time frames, this setup I'll probably not take. But given all the circumstances on the 4-hour chart, I know this thing is supposed to go lower. Everything fits. So again, we're going to talk about checklists. You have first thing sell, 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 and only the actual setup here is not ideal because this is happening in a range, tiny 15-minute range, which is kind of giving me not completely a no as an answer, but it tells me be careful. Okay, so when I put it all together, it makes sense to go ahead and trade it, right? And we did, and that's why you get rewarded for it. It just makes sense to trade this thing. Next one is EURAUD for a buy. Here the structure is slightly, not slightly, much better, because we have double wave down. Why is this blue again? We have double wave down, first one, pullbacks. We have another leg lower, which is now forming the bigger wave, which is our ABCD here, or ABC. And I really love when these things happen, because not every time we're going to get it, but as you can see on the 15-minute chart, we managed to lock the price in a pretty decent range. We got the breakout, and of course we're looking to trade it. So first target reached, almost immediate push lower, kicking this position out. Okay, and I would like to share with you the chart. So that's what we have right here. Again, we have the hidden divergence, we have the AUDCD, we have fantastic push up. This is what we call delta pattern, guys, right? Not just some tiny move caught by the indicator. This is what we call a real momentum. So on this push up we managed to collect, initial pullback, and then continuation up. Currently we're sitting around the same zones. Bottom line, we made our money, we got out, and that's what it counts. Alright, this one we covered. XRP is the second crypto for this week, and this is how the 30-minute chart looks. Push up, kind of a double wave, but we can't really call it a double wave because it's not reaching the bottom. So what do we do here? We disqualify it as a double wave, right? We can kind of force it. It's just missing a few points there. It would be still fine, but it's not the best or optimal one. I think that was reaching to the 61.8 here. Anyways, the actual setup is fantastic. We have pretty bullish momentum from BTC. All the cryptos and all alternative coins, of course, are also in a very positive mode. So attacking here made sense, and we get rewarded. Very quick look towards the 4-hour chart, and again, this is why the trade was taken. Initial spike, sideways move, next spike up. This time we have a pullback, ABCD, so that would be a perfect time to go ahead and attack. Then the initial move after the pullback is happening, and we have another pullback, expecting it to continue. So when you look at the bigger picture, it really makes sense to go ahead and attack it here. Okay, that's pretty much the idea. Next one, cable. Cable, we were looking for a sell. This is the 30-minute chart. Triple wave structure here, developed breakouts, and luckily this one managed to get the target here before the reversal. And now I would like to show you the higher time frames. Now this setup was aggressive, definitely aggressive, and the reason for that is, first of all, we need to check for the divergences, right? And we can see, okay, hidden divergence is there, perfect. But look at the levels. Now we do have a move that we can expect to continue lower. However, the levels, the optimal levels, are not there. When we measure the trend line, not measure, draw the trend line, you can see at that stage right here where the entry was, there was still plenty of room to the upside. Let's go ahead and see if we can find other levels. And by starting to look at these zones here, okay, we can say we have it, but it's not as strong as this double level, right? Because here we only have highs and lows, which is horizontal level. At that spot, we're going to have horizontal level plus dynamic level right here. And you can see how the price is drawn to these levels like a magnet. And it goes exactly there, spikes through it, clears, stops, and then starts the actual move. That's why I'm saying we got kind of lucky here, because it was a matter of pips. 2, 3, 4, 5 pips less, and that turns into a loser. Alright? But that's always the trade-off. If you don't attack it here, and you don't go to the sweet spot zone, to the optimal level, you miss the move. And again, this is the beauty of delta, because majority of the times, even if you're early, you will still end up making money because the attack is optimal. And when you consider this as one very small micro uptrend to the upside, which is the actual pullback, right? The pullback is an actual trend up on the lower time frames. So that then turns into a pullback here. So we're kind of reaching the point where we can even take advantage of this tiny pullback which was taking place before the price continued higher and then lower. Okay, it's all about breaking it down into structures, waves, and time frames. Any time frame will be providing you some sort of move, and that move, if this move is impulsive, you have that, then this is a pullback, so this is on the lower time frames, again some sort of impulsive move, right? And all that. That's how we break it down. All right, so that's cable. Dollar is the losing one. Here we had a range on the top, first one, second one. On the breakout of that zone, we got the attack, and unfortunately this one pushed higher. You can see where the first target was, so we can't really say it was close. No harm done. I mean, it's really annoying in the moments when you get that, right? Then you can be pissed off. But if it's like 60% around towards the target, then it's fine for the losses. Then it's not really annoying. Let's check out the higher time frames. That was daily chart, by the way. Daily plus 1 hour. Okay, so what we were looking at was the 1 hour chart. Here it's kind of obvious also, I guess. We do have some sort of channel. The price pushed higher, keeping that high right there. And when you compare this to, you'll see that we have some kind of bearish pressure coming from this hidden divergence. Now, again, this is aggressive setup because we did broke the 61.8 reversal and we're kind of towards the top. So definitely aggressive, plus the second level, which is the trend line, is far away. We only rely on one level here, which is the horizontal one, and clearly we can see what kind of results this is giving us, right? We lose money on that. Next and last one is the Kiwi dollar. This is also the 1 hour chart here. Last week we managed to enjoy this one, which was perfect, and again you can see this is supposed to be a pullback. We attack at the right time, we make money even though the price overall continued to move lower. Okay, that's beautiful. So divergence, bottom, multiple false breaks, breakout, push up, collecting the target, and then price moving against. And if we check out, here's the hard time frame, whether it's that low or any low behind that, we can identify the hidden divergences. That kind of looks like leg number one here, which means we can be getting a second leg lower, but that's fine because even from leg number one we already got 2 profits. So we're going to continue following this for 2 legs, right? If we can get something like that or so. Let's see. So that would be all, guys. Wishing you a lovely week ahead. You're welcome to join our free Telegram group, for which you can find the links below. And of course, as usual, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put your comment right below. Thank you for watching.